WrestleMania 40 weekend starts this weekend on Friday, and it's just going to be the biggest WrestleMania event of all time. The magnitude of all the outcomes is going to just be felt forever in the wrestling history, with the entire culmination of the Bloodline story probably ending this weekend and the hopeful conclusion of the Cody Rhodes story. But it all starts on Friday, in which I'm going to predict the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, which I don't have an image for this. This is the NXT Stand and Deliver card, which I'll go over that later. But I believe the winner of the Andre the Giant Battle Royal is going to be Solo Sikoa. He has no match, so I hopefully think that he will be in it. There isn't an announcement of any confirmed people. I hope this doesn't age like milk. He hasn't had a win since he beat John Cena, and he needs a win to make him look like ferocious, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, that's my prediction for SmackDown. That's the only really big thing that's going to happen on SmackDown, except for the Hall of Fame inductions later on that night. But on Saturday morning, it's NXT Stand and Deliver, which I'm super excited for this. It's saying that, I think last night they said that Trick and Mello are going to headline it. So that's going to be a fun match, an intense match. It's going to be incredible. But for the kickoff show match, it's going to be Shawn Spears and Joe Gacy. I believe Shawn Spears will win. Probably in an almost squash match. They want to make Shawn Spears the next top contender. He's probably going to be elevated to the North American title picture. I'm surprised they didn't put him in the North American title, like triple threat, make it a fatal four-way. But, you know, I've got opinions on that anyway. So Mello versus Trick, that's going to be the main event. I think Trick's going to win. Honestly, I think Trick should win. Classic heel versus babyface storyline. Same things going on the main roster with Bayley and Io Sky. Not the exact same format, but it is what it is. And it's such an incredible story of just Trick Williams' just sudden elevation to being the most over guy on the NXT roster. I thought he was going to beat Ilya at it was Vengeance Day, and he didn't, obviously, because Mello turned on him. And everybody knew that was going to happen, and this was going to be the culmination of it. And I think Trick will win, and then I think Mello will move on to the main roster, and hopefully maybe even Trick will move on to the main roster. We don't know. Or Trick might just stay on NXT and challenge again for the NXT Championship. And then we have a 6-woman tag team match with Thea Hale, Fallon Henley, and Kelly Jordan versus JC Jane, Kiana James, and Izzy Dame. I'm going to go with the baby faces here with Fallon Henley and Thea Hale and Kelly Jordan. There's a little bit of a story going on. It's just more of a get these women on the card type of deal. I don't expect much out of this match. It'll still be a solid match. I don't think there's a single bad match on any of these cards, but I do believe they'll have the baby faces go over in this situation. The North American Championship is being held by Obafemi, and he's taking on Dijak and Josh Briggs. I'm really hoping that Dijak goes over here. I really do think they'll have Obafemi win. So I think Obafemi will end up probably having like a super dominant performance, because he really hasn't gone against those top guys except for I can't even think of his name right now. Yeah. I can't think of his name. I don't know why. I'm blanking. But anyway, I shouldn't have even thought about that. But yeah, I think Obafemi will go over and maintain his North American Championship. The women's NXT Championship is Lyra Valkyria, the champion, versus Roxanne Perez. I think Lyra will win. Just another babyface. Actually, scratch that. I think Roxanne should win, because and then just have a trilogy of matches with heel Roxanne. I love the heel turn with Roxanne. Her character was kind of getting dull, but Roxanne as a heel, you have your top heel in the NXT women's landscape. And then you can set up tons of matches with Lyra again You can have matches with Fallon Henley, all that good stuff. Even Lola Vice. Then in the NXT tag team, Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker versus Nathan Frazier and Axiom. I think Nathan Frazier and Axiom are going to win this. That Braun Breaker's on his way out. He already is on SmackDown. Surprised. A lot of people were surprised he wasn't on the actual WrestleMania card. Just same thing with Tiffany Stratton, by the way. But without that, Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin, I think they're both going to end up in the main roster. Probably other Raw after Mania. Maybe Baron will be added to Raw after all this is said and done. And I think Nathan Frazier and Axiom, it's going to be a fun duo. They're both super fast-paced. Axiom is going to be on WWE Speed next week, I believe, against JD McDonough. So that's going to be a fun match. But I do believe that they are the future of the tag team division in NXT. And so I believe Nathan Frazier and Axiom should win. I would assume Baron Corbin's going to take the pin because you don't want to ruin what you have at Braun Breaker by having him get pinned by Nathan Frazier at Axiom. And yeah. And then the NXT champion Ilya Dragunov is going to take on Tony D. I think Tony D should win this and then have Ilya also move on to the Raw after Mania. He could challenge Gunther. I think that could be a great foe for Gunther right out of the gate. You can have a Intercontinental Championship open match or whatever, and have Ilya debut, something like that. So yeah, so that's it for NXT Stand and Deliver, and or the WrestleMania 40 card. Let's see, let's X out that. Super not well done. But got night 1 of the WrestleMania cards Saturday night. I believe it's starting at 6 o'clock Eastern, or no, 7 o'clock Eastern. The opening match is going to be Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio. It's obvious Dragon Lee is going to be taking the pin here. Just build off that LWO storyline with Santos Escobar. I think I've also heard people saying that potentially Carlito could turn heel on the LWO and he'll join Legado del Fantasma or whatever. Which I think that could be fun because that story needs another edge. The story's kind of boring right now between those two factions. They're both just straight mid-card factions. Rey Mysterio, he's not going to be challenging for any top title any soon. He's not looking back for the United States Championship anytime soon, And Dom's on the up and up, and I honestly think Dom should should pin Dragon Lee. I think that, and just like a simple roll up, just like that. I think that's would be the perfect way to end that match. And then Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade Cargill versus Damage Control, which is Dakota Kai, Asuka, and Kairi Sane in a 6-woman tag team match. This is going to be, I think this could be a match that steals the show. Debut to Jade Cargill outside the Royal Rumble. This is obviously a Jade Cargill showcase match because you want to still protect her because you don't really know how she's going to fit with the style. So that's why you have her in the multi-women matches, which makes sense. And I think she will obviously she'll probably pin Dakota Kai because you don't want to pin your champions, Asuka and Kairi Sane. And so, yeah. And then that could stir into a Jade Cargill heel turn on Bianca Belair, which that'd be fun. Or this could even turn into a new women's faction because we only have one women's faction right now, which is Damage Control. And I don't know what they would call themselves, but I think that could be a fun faction until, eventually Jade Cargill will turn on Bianca Belair and Naomi because those are just two white-hot baby faces right now. Bianca Belair is the women's John Cena. I don't think she'll ever turn heel. I don't think she should ever turn heel. I don't think anybody wants her to turn heel. But yeah, that's going to be a fun match. There's not a single bad match on any of these cards. I think I've already said that, but I'm just so excited. That's why I'm making this video on Wednesday. I was thinking about making this video on Friday, but I'm just so excited. This is the most excited I've been for something in a while. Then we got the 6-pack ladder match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. and Michael Cole said on Raw that both titles need to be grabbed for the match at the end. So that's obviously, we're finally going to split the tag titles. Let's go. And I do believe this is going to be turning into an Austin Truth with R-Truth grabbing the Raw titles, not knowing what he's doing. And then I think also, me personally, I think that A-Town Down Under should win the SmackDown Tag Team titles. They're doing just a great job being those snarky little heels. Austin Theory's finally starting to develop a little bit like we all thought he would be. They're so hilarious. And I think them partnering with Logan Paul will just be the most hilarious, just awful thing to watch. And I think they would be so great with the tag team titles. But also, New Catch Republic, they're kind of building up. And DIY. I think that DIY would be great with the tag team championships too. I think that could honestly be the next feud with the Awesome Truth. I think they're the most guaranteed to win the titles is Awesome Truth. I don't think Judgment Day will have those titles anymore after Saturday night, and that could start spawning the end of the Judgment Day. I'm just thinking I'm self-booking, fantasy booking things in my own head right now. I don't know how it sounds to other people, but I'm super excited for that match. I think that is the potential to be the best match of the night for both nights, honestly. I mean, there's going to be so much carnage going on. People going through tables. You could have a coup de grace from the top of the ladder. I'm just thinking about just all the stuff that could happen right now. Jay and Jimmy Uso, no stipulation somehow. Still, I think this match needs a stipulation with how much of a blood feud this has been with Jay and Jimmy. Brother versus brother. Uso versus Uso. I don't know why this can't be a Tribal Combat, yo, as Jay would say it. But I do think Jay will go over on this, even though I do think Jimmy needs a win. I can't remember the last time Jimmy's won a match. And I think if Jimmy could win, it could spawn off multiple matches. But I think this might just be a one-and-done type deal. Jay going over. Babyface going over. Intercontinental Championship. Gunther and Sami Zayn. This is a very controversial match, I would say. A lot of people want Chad Gable in response to Sami Zayn. I know I wanted Chad Gable also, but I think Sami Zayn's not going to win this. They're just going to build Gunther even more to a potential just Monday Night Raw match, open challenge or something like that. Gunther out there, and you hear shoo, Chad Gable. Or this could be a Chad Gable heel turn, something like that. I have a little bit more edge to Chad Gable. But this is all just building toward Chad Gable ended up beating Gunther. I don't think Gunther should lose, especially at WrestleMania. He only has the one win at WrestleMania with the triple threat match last year. And I do think this also has potential to be a highly regarded match because both are just incredible in-ring workers. Same thing with this next match. Just the quality is just, I can't talk about it enough how great this WrestleMania card is. Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch in the Women's World Championship. I think Rhea Ripley has to win this match. Becky Lynch, she's on her way out, I think. She's talked about how she doesn't have very many years left, and I think the rest of the years she will end up winning a title eventually. But I think for the rest of her career, it's just going to be putting over people like Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, just the new guard, Bianca Belair, like she did last year? No, it wasn't last year, 2 years ago. And then also at SummerSlam 2 years ago. And so I think Rhea Ripley should win. I do think this will be probably on par with the Charlotte Flair match they had last year with Rhea Ripley. Super excited for this match as well. Like, what can I say? And then the main event, probably the match that most people are the most excited about. This is going to be the match that gets the most attention, is The Rock and Roman Reigns in a tag team match versus Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. And the stipulation being, if The Rock and Roman Reigns beats Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, it's bloodline rules, which that's the obvious pick. The Rock and Roman Reigns are probably going to beat them. I think The Rock should probably pin Cody Rhodes, beat the crap out of Cody Rhodes after the match. And then you have Cody Rhodes almost just like Daniel Bryan in WrestleMania 30, where he's just got the wrapped up arm, just all of that. Potentially even having Cody bleed on the belt, and to Mama Rhodes, just all this stuff. It's going to be an incredible night. And then eventually, Cody will go on to WrestleMania Sunday and probably win. Which I'm spoiling the ending of it already, but that should be it. That should be the ending. If they don't pull the trigger on Cody Rhodes, I think it might be over for the WWE, because you can't go back-to-back years of everybody wanting something and you just don't deliver it, And I think it's just going to be an incredible ending with the end game, basically, is what they're calling it. Oh, wait. I'm going the wrong way. So WrestleMania Sunday is going to open up with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits and the Final Testament. And it's they don't have the stipulation on here, but I believe it's a Philadelphia street fight. I believe that's what they're calling it. Yeah. So I think this could be a decent match. I'm surprised it isn't on the pre-show, honestly. I thought this could have been the pre-show match instead of... This could... I don't even know if they're doing a pre-show match. This could be a pre-show match. They haven't announced anything yet. But... sorry. But yeah, there's just so much going on. And this is probably the worst angle going into WrestleMania. I really don't care. I really wasn't caring about the Rey Mysterio stuff either, but Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits are great in ring workers. I love the AOP. And Karrion Kross, he's finally getting that WrestleMania moment, I guess, like WrestleMania match. He deserves it. Bobby Lashley was off the card last year. Only reason why this should have been on a SmackDown, honestly, but because Bobby Lashley missed the card last year, they can't have him miss back-to-back years. So I do think Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits are going to win this. Well, and then also have Bobby Lashley probably pin Karrion Kross. Honestly, this could have been just a 1v1 match, but they needed the Profits on it too. So, and then LA Knight and AJ Styles. LA Knight, he's going to win. I love this is one of my favorite stories going into WrestleMania, especially on SmackDown, besides the entire Cody Rhodes stuff. Just having LA Knight have his moment, it's going to be a great moment. I think AJ Styles is hinting at a new intro because he's turning heel. And then LA Knight, I think, with a win, Pyro is going to be everywhere. The entire crowd is going to be hyped. Yeah, and I think good things are going to be coming for LA Knight with the potential WWE draft probably coming after WrestleMania, with him probably going to be going after either Cody Rhodes or Drew McIntyre, which I'll go into later, which they should. I'll get into it. But and then the United States Championship triple threat with Logan Paul, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens. I think this should be a Logan Paul, victory. Logan Paul, actually, never mind. Logan Paul should win this. He's going to be going into his hometown Cleveland for SummerSlam, but you need to build him up. He probably should end up main eventing SummerSlam, honestly. But, so Logan Paul should go over right here, probably pin Kevin Owens because they're protecting Randy Orton. Because I think Randy Orton's going to be in the main event picture as soon as WrestleMania's over. They just needed a match to put Randy Orton in because, you can't have WrestleMania with Randy Orton being healthy and not put Randy Orton into the card. So, yeah. But then the WWE Women's Championship is Io Sky and Bayley. This should be Bayley's moment. Bayley, we've been waiting for this for so long. Bayley finally won the Royal Rumble. Bayley split apart from Damage Control. Everybody's so over with Bayley. Bayley has to win this. It's almost just like Cody Rhodes. Bayley needs her moment. And then the World Heavyweight Championship, Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre has to win and then set up a CM Punk Drew McIntyre angle into the SummerSlam season. get Seth Rollins healthy. I would like to have him have surgery, get fully rested, come back at the Royal Rumble. You need your break. He's been so busy the past 2 years with Roman Reigns not being there. He deserves a break. And then the main event, the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. And Cody Rhodes needs to win this. Finish the story, Cody Rhodes. Please, I cannot sit through another year of Roman Reigns showing up 8 times on SmackDown, wrestling 4 matches. And I think that this will end up being like everybody's thinking. They can't hint at them having all these surprises at the main event and not deliver it. I do think we're going to hear some glass shatter. Stone Cold stuns The Rock. I do think we're going to see John Cena attitude adjust. Solo Sikoa. I do think Jay's going to get involved. I do think Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are going to get involved. I think Randy Orton's going to get involved. I think that we might even have some Rikishi action, just in case. Bloodline need more people. We could debut new people into the Bloodline also. There's so many possibilities in this match, and I'm just so incredibly excited for it. And I do believe Cody Rhodes needs to win. He's going to win. And that will be the greatest WrestleMania moment of all time, with all the pyro, just everybody happy. I don't know there's a single soul that wants Cody Rhodes to lose. It has to be Cody Rhodes. He is the next John Cena. He is the next Hulk Hogan. He is the future. And we need this. We needed this win. And we need Cody Rhodes to save the WWE and bring it into a next upper echelon of sports entertainment. And we're almost there to even breaking the barrier that has been the Attitude Era for just the popularity. Wrestling as hot as it has ever been, and it's a lot to do with Cody Rhodes, and he deserves his flowers, and Cody Rhodes will win. But I know I got very passionate into that. I'm sorry, but I just have to say it. But anyways, I hope you guys have a great rest of y'all's day. I hope y'all have a safe weekend, and I hope y'all have a great WrestleMania watch or whatever. And but yeah. Have a good one, and God bless.